It is time to dive into GNU Radio, an incredibly powerful and open source toolkit for creating and experimenting with radios. GNU Radio allows you to design radios using a graphical interface called GNU Radio Companion (GRC), which uses a block-based programming to make radio design intuitive and accessible. With GNU Radio, you can build and test radios entirely in a software, which means no soldering, no physical circuits, just your computer. In this section, you will learn how to install GNU Radio. I will walk you through how to set up GNU Radio on your computer so you can start experimenting. You will learn how to create flow graphs. Flow graphs are essentially programs in GNU Radio. They represent the flow of data through different processing blocks in your radio system. You will use GNU Radio Companion (GRC) to build these flow graphs visually by connecting functional blocks like Lego pieces. You will also learn about input and output basics. You will learn how to feed data into your flow graphs, process it, and send it out to various destinations like speakers, files, or even antennas. And in this section, lastly, you will learn how to manipulate data. You will discover how to modify and control data within your flow graphs using simple yet powerful tools in the GNU Radio Companion interface. Back in the early days of software-defined radio, installing top-tier software like GNU Radio could be a bit of a hassle. It took a lot of time and effort to get everything set up correctly. However, thanks to the incredible progress of open source software and hard work of the contributors, those days are behind us. Today, you can install GNU Radio quickly and easily, no matter which operating system you are using. Before we dive into the installation steps, let's take a moment to talk about the best environment to run GNU Radio in. While it is possible to run GNU Radio on various platforms, the ideal operating system for the software is Linux. GNU Radio was originally developed on Linux, so it runs most smoothly on this platform. While there are now ways to install GNU Radio on Windows and macOS, Linux offers the most stable and reliable experience, especially when you are first starting out. Therefore, I strongly recommend running GNU Radio on Linux for the best performance. For this tutorial, we will focus on Ubuntu, a widely used Linux distribution known for its stability and ease of use. Specifically, we will be using Ubuntu 24.10 LTS, although GNU Radio is compatible with other Linux distributions and versions as well. We won't cover these here. If you are using different version of Linux, don't worry, just head to the official GNU Radio website here. GNUradio.org. Now here you can see additional information and installation guides. Now to get started with GNU Radio on Ubuntu, you will follow simple steps. The first, we will open the terminal window. And we will update our system's package list with this sudo apt update command. Enter your password. That's it. Now it is updating. That's it. Now we will need to upgrade your system to ensure everything is up to date. In order to do that, we will write sudo apt-y upgrade. That's it. Our upgrade process is done. And finally, we will install GNU Radio with this following command: sudo apt-y install GNU Radio. That's it. You might be asked to enter your password for the first command if you haven't done so recently. Once the installation is complete, you are all set. Now you can start exploring the world of SDR with GNU Radio. So while GNU Radio runs most smoothly on Linux, specifically Dragon OS, which is operating system for radio SDR. And here I have the Ubuntu 24.10. You can still use it in Windows or macOS. However, instead of installing the software directly on your system, which is not possible for now, the best approach is to run it inside virtual machine. So I can recommend VMware and VirtualBox for this job here. Now, here this method allows you to install an instance of Ubuntu, the recommended Linux distribution, within a virtualized environment without needing to modifying your main operating system. In your case, it might be Windows or Mac OS. So basically, you will first need to choose your virtualization software. You will need to need a virtualization tool to run a Linux virtual machine on your Windows or Mac OS machine. Popular options include, as I said, the VMware or Oracle VirtualBox, which is free. VirtualBox is free and open source. Now, once you have selected your virtualization software, follow the instruction provided by the software to create a new virtual machine. So you will need also to download an Ubuntu ISO file, specifically Ubuntu latest version. I prefer. In this case, I'm using 24.10. Restart later. Now you come here, products, Ubuntu desktop, and that's it. You will need to download the ISO file from here, and after you have successfully set up the virtual machine, you will repeat the steps we did in this lecture. And while using a virtual machine does work, keep in mind that it may slightly impact performance as you're running another operating system within your primary operating system. So therefore, unless you have a specific reason to use a virtual machine, we recommend starting with Linux, especially Ubuntu, as your go-to operating system for SDR. So if running a full virtual machine feels like overkill or you're concerned about performance, another great option is to use Radio Conda. This tool allows you to install GNU Radio on your non-Linux computer without the overheat of a virtual machine. It provides a lightweight, efficient way to get started quickly, also while avoiding some of the complexity that comes with full virtualization. In the section, we have covered how to get GNU Radio up and running, whether you are using Linux, Windows, or macOS. By now, you should be ready to dive into and start building your first SDR projects. I strongly encourage you to use Linux for the smoothest experience, and if you run into any issues along the way, don't hesitate to refer to the GNU Radio website for more detailed guides or ask me directly. With the GNU Radio installed and ready to go, you are well on your way to mastering the art of software-defined radio. Let's get started.